Good morning, students. Today we will describe the life cycle of locust. locust के जीवन चक्र की बात करेंगे आज हम और इसी की कंटिन्यूएशन में आगे एफिड की लाइफ साइकिल की बात करेंगे। locust के बारे में आप अच्छे से जानते हैं। बहुत जाना पहचाना कॉस्मोपॉलिटन इंसेक्ट है, सीरियस पेस्ट है, कई तरह की ब्रीड इसकी होती है। उन सभी के लाइफ साइकिल के बारे में एक जर्नल लेक्चर हम यहाँ पे तैयार किए जिसको हम आपसे शेयर करें। Locusts are the major agricultural pest of the world. Out of 5,000 species of grasshoppers, those which can live in two different phases by solitary and gregarious phases are called locusts. Of those, only 9 species have been recognized as locusts. 3 species belongs to Indian subcontinent. Economic losses due to locust estimated as 30 million ton per year. The systematic position or the classification of the locusts. Phylum Arthropoda, class Insecta, order Orthoptera. Orthoptera का मतलब आप जानते होंगे straight wings. Family Acrididae. Species कौन कौन सी हैं? यहाँ पर Cystosarca gregaria, that is known as desert locust. Locusta migratoria, that is known as migratory locust. Petanga succinata, that is known as Bombay locust. The distribution. Major agricultural pest of the world. Desert locust. Desert locust is considered the most important pest all over India. Migratory locust important only in Maharashtra, Gujarat and Rajasthan. Bombay locust mainly Maharashtra and South Indian zones. Identification of the locust. How we can identify the locust? Large size insect, body length about 35 to 15 mm for males and 45 to 55 mm for females. Wings are colorless and exceeding clearly the abdominal extremities. Abdomen को पार करते हुए wings होते हैं. The color can vary, but usually green, brown, yellowish, green, or gray. Mandibles are dark purple to black. The phases of locust. अभी हमने बात की थी कि 2 फेज हैं, पहली solitary phase और दूसरी gregarious phase. Here the detail of solitary phase is given in the slide. Nymphs. Color varies according to the surrounding vegetation. Adults. Greenish gray throughout life. Behave independently. Repelled from other locusts. Walk slowly with creeping. Active mostly at night and diet restricted. This phase is known as solitary phase. Second one is the gregarious phase. Nymph yellow to pink with distinct black marking. Adults pink on emergence, gradually turn gray, finally yellow when sexually mature and when number rises, they become gregarious and migrate in dense groups, behave as a cohesive unit, attracted to non-specific, walk rapidly, active mostly at day, diet broth. Here's the life cycle of the locust. There is the adult, which gives or lay out the eggs. After hatching, first stage of nymph, then first molting occurs, by which second stage of nymph emerges, then second molt, third molt, fourth molt, fifth molt, जिनकी वजह से फर्स्ट स्टेज ऑफ nymph, second stage of nymph, third stage of nymph, fourth stage of nymph, fifth stage of nymph, or at last the adult will be emerges from the mold. Female lay eggs in a hole of damp, warm, or sandy soil called pod, usually as depth of 2 to 10 centimeter. Each pod contains 60 to 80 pale yellow rice grain shaped eggs, 5 to 6 mm long, covers the eggs with frothy liquid to protect from enemies, dehydration and contamination. इन सबसे बचने के लिए अंडों को ये ढक के रखता है एक थूक जैसे या वाइटिश फ्रॉथी लिक्विड की वजह से, जिससे कि वो प्रोटेक्टेड रहे. Collection of egg pods laid by a number of locusts is termed as egg bed. Egg bed may vary from a few square meter to several hundred square meters and is scattered throughout the region. Egg hatch in 40 to 20 days. Afterwards, the nymph move by crawling or hopping along ground. They have no wings. 5 wings nymph, instar and nymph takes 4 to 8 weeks to complete development. Adult is the final stage. Locusts at this level have fully placed wings and can fly without problem. Adult appears from June to early July, 2 to 4 weeks after fledging mating starts, and females start laying eggs 2-3 weeks later, usually at the end of July. Lifespan of adult is almost 8 weeks. Univoltine in the considered area, but can have up to 5 generations. Tropical zones overwinter in the form of eggs. There are two types of groups are found. Number one, swarms are composed of winged adults. Bands are composed of hoppers, that is known as nymphs. One swarm can cover an area of 1000 square kilometer. एक बार में लगभग 1000 स्क्वायर किलोमीटर तक कवर कर लेते हैं. स्वार्मिंग फॉर्म है, ग्रुप है. Plus, swarms or bands remains in many countries for periods lasting several years called the plagues, causing great damage to crops. Duration of love lasts for 5 to 10 years and recession period 1 to 8 years. Both swarms and bands rest on the crops and trees at night. Morning they hop and fly to form a swarm. When temperature rise, they are voracious feeders, feed on any vegetations, often causing famine. Calotropis datura species are not fed by the locusts. Damage. Many forms in Rajasthan and Sindh fly north, east, and south, thus invade all parts of India and damage kharif crops. Some swarms overwinter in northwestern India and becomes active when temperatures are suitable and damage rabi crops. Swarm. If number are sufficient, locusts form dense groups. Swarms infested area that are usually 5 to 50 km. They can be 40 to 80 millions locusts in each square kilometer of swarm. Swarm can travel about 5 to 130 km or more in a day. During outbreak, swarm damage to pasture, hayfield, cereal crops, various crops, as well as plantations of volatile oil-bearing plants. Many tree species, young plants of many fruits, vines, fruits, forest, and bush trees. Control. Cultural control, plugging, digging, and harrowing of places where eggs are laid on large scale and destroying laborious. Mechanical control, collecting hoppers with catching machines, killing them with the flamethrowers, crushing them with rollers. Raw natural enemies, rose colored and common starling, pasture roses, and Sternus vulgaris. Blister beetle, ground beetles, crickets are egg predators. Flash flies, tachinid flies, and tangled veined flies are nymph and adult parasitoids. तो इस तरह से सभी तरह के कंट्रोल आजमाए जाते हैं. कल्चरल कंट्रोल हुआ, मैकेनिकल कंट्रोल हुआ और नेचुरल एनिमीज की बात करते हैं तो इंसेक्ट भी बहुत सारे ऐसे हैं जो कि लोकेस्ट को फीड करते हैं, तो लोकेस्ट को भोजन के रूप में ग्रहण करते हैं. तो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द लोकेस्ट लाइफ साइकिल. थैंक यू.